Do me a favor, sit up. Like you would actually sit.
All right, I'm here. I'm prepared to talk about this. Why don't we consider these movies cinema? If I had to liken them to anything, it'd be a theme park. That's really the best description I can find for it.
Your face is a theme park.
That's why girls actually look at it.
Yeah, but it's like Wally World. Doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't work, but at one point it was entertaining.
The only people who are there don't want to be there anymore. Oh.
They were forced to go there by their father.
I need fire to give focus through the night. In its absence, indifference wildly searches blind. But now the closer I move, the flames reach out to consume, until our senses have become nothing but suit. I made you my favorite excuse. If only my favorite words to abuse. But with
that transition.
Good evening and welcome to KSUTV. We'll be broadcasting tonight all night long. Best hits of the 20s, 30s, and 40s.
I honestly, I've had such I've had some pretty kind of brain melting days recently, so I'm not as quick as I normally am.
And that caught you a little off guard.
Yeah, I was not prepared.
That is what I aim for.
Yeah, welcome to Clinically Inane. We are recording on Thursday night this week because Boyd and I are going to be gone on Saturday, and also because Boyd is leaving early tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we're recording at this time, going up against Critical Role.
We have 3 viewers.
Yeah.
We're almost up to our normal capacity.
Yeah. Going up against Critical Role because, well, we wanted to be able to talk about the Addams Family tonight. Yep. And so we literally went and saw it and came straight back and got ready to start recording.
Yeah.
So, but, I should say, I'm Curtis. That's Boyd.
Yeah.
This is a nerdy podcast out of Seattle.
We're
If this is your first time watching or tuning in.
we are a podcast out of Seattle. 2 dudes talking about nerdy and pop culture things while one tries to melt the other one's brain.
Yep. It varies on who's who that week to week.
Yeah. Some weeks it's me saying stuff, sometimes it's you glaring at me.
Yeah. Which comes along a lot better in Twitch than it does. Like in real life.
An hour-long podcast
Yeah.
of angry glare.
Of angry glare.
That's
what were oh, that's right. So on our way back before we get into the Addams Family, on our way back from the movie.
Are we talking about the rice?
Yes, we're going to talk about that because I thought it was a funny conversation. So we drove by PCC, which I don't even remember what it stands for. Pacific. Is it a co-op?
Something community co-op. I want to say Puget Community Co-op.
Something like that. Yeah. It's a we don't need to.
It's a Northwest chain that is a co-op. It is
yeah
member owned.
Yes. And it's pretty granola.
Yeah.
I guess is the best way to
Great
put
hot
it.
food bar though.
Yeah, no, I mean
Especially their breakfast one.
They have some good stuff there.
Yeah.
Like they're like
Their cheese selection is wonderful.
yeah, absolutely. It's still like very granola-y.
Yeah. There's worse things to be.
Yes. I realized as we were driving by it on our way back from the movie that I had stopped going there.
Yeah.
And there was a reason as to why I had stopped going there. And I think
Yeah, my response is different than what yours was.
so okay, we'll get to yours. So a little over a year ago, I was reminded of this by like my the little memories thing on your fucking phone. No.
Mm-hmm.
No. There will be no cats on this.
He's locked out of the room.
He's locked out, and also no Andrew Lloyd Webber's cats. But
If I ever adopt 3 cats, that's going to be their names.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd and Webber.
You know what? I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Mostly because I would like to see you deal with adopting 3 cats. It would not go well for
Well,
you.
it depends where I get them from.
Or the cats.
Depends where I get them from.
Yeah,
Taxidermists, they'd probably be fine.
that's true. But I realized my little memories thing on my app had told me that a few years ago, it was last year. I had overheard somebody there say, "Well, she's one of those New England lesbians, so And I remember it distinctly breaking my brain.
Trying to figure out what the hell that was.
Trying to figure out what, because it reminded me of that joke. Well, if it wasn't for that horse, I wouldn't have, that one.
Yeah.
Which it distinctly like broke me. It actually broke me to the point of like, I remember looking at like the person and trying to figure out what was happening.
Yep.
Why was this a conversational thing that was coming up? Because, she's a New England lesbian, so you know how they are. Like, I don't. I want to be enlightened. Can you please tell me? What makes a New England lesbian particularly?
Points where impulse control is disappointing.
I know, like where I actually have some.
She's like, New England, you know what that means? Just someone across from. No, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Please, I don't know. Please tell me. I'm very very curious as to what defines a New England lesbian.
Part of me is curious to Google it, but I'm not sure I should do that.
I don't know what that means.
Just Google it when you're alone tonight.
I guess.
See what comes up for New England lesbian.
Yeah, porn. You know what comes up?
Porn.
Pornhub. Probably.
Yeah, that's what New England will get it for you.
Yeah. Or it's just lesbian porn with clam chowder and some Dunkin'.
Patriots gear.
Patriots gear. And then somebody gets angry and flicks a cigarette at you and yells at you with a Boston accent.
New England lesbian is kind of like regular lesbian porn, but it's been slightly deflated.
Oh my God, boy, that was a good sports joke.
Thank you.
Like
That's your one for the year.
One for the year. That was a great sports joke.
Thank you.
Well done. I'm proud of you. A little bit. I'm a little bit proud of you.
Don't let it go to your head.
Don't let it go to your head either.
It's too late.
But I realized after overhearing that, I started listening to other people's conversations at PCC because I realized it was one of those places where they have like these people have these conversations, and they hurt my brain, but it's kind of like the conversational equivalent of listening to a train wreck, like over watching a train wreck, like just overhearing it. Because the next one I heard that I remember distinctly was the one I told you about was somebody asking the person they were with if this was organic range-free rice. Or free range, that's what it was. Organic free-range rice, not range-free.
I mean,
organic free-range rice.
To try and defend them, that is something I would ask Ashley while we're there.
Yeah, no.
They were not being facetious?
No, they were serious. Because I watched them after I overheard that. I watched them, and I realized I had to stop going too because I laughed.
Because I also realized, like, if I'm there with someone and they're looking for organic rice, I might ask them, is it free range as well?
Yeah.
Just because I'm that kind of asshole.
Yeah, no.
They were not.
They were not. They were definitely very serious. They wanted to know if it's organic free range rice.
Curtis. They're just a New England lesbian. You know how they are.
Yeah.
God, if that becomes the episode title.
No, I'm not.
That'd be up there with turkey porn.
Yeah, porn and Turkey. Yeah, or a lot of people from fucking Turkey are looking for porn, or people are looking for Turkish porn. Have found that episode.
Yeah.
That's like, what, episode 16?
It was a long while ago.
It was years ago. But I just remember it being weird that watching our search results on that. But yeah, no, I realized that I needed to stop going there because I couldn't help myself listening to these conversations, and then people would say dumb things in these conversations, and then I would laugh at them.
See, and we have different response like inclinations here.
Yes.
Because I really just want to ask them, what the hell does that mean?
Mm-hmm. You know, if I could go back, I would have turned and looked at them and just... So you gave me 3 options in the car.
Yes. Option 1, just laugh at them.
Okay, yeah.
Option 2, stop going to PC3.
Which is what I did.
Option 3, engage.
Engage. Yes. Engage.
Because we said in the car, they're asking the employee, which is the point where you can just look over and go, how the hell do you keep rice in a cage?
Yeah, like... Does that mean the people who picked it, who are like working in the rice fields, are free range? I don't think it was slave labor picking your fucking organic rice from Oregon, man.
No, that's not going to be at PCC.
Or wherever it came from.
That's going to be at Whole Foods.
Yeah. They're getting the fucking rice from Vietnam that was picked by people who might be in cages. No, I don't understand. Like, you hear these stories about people who are so committed to this like type of lifestyle, but then you talk to them for more than 5 minutes and realize they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Is this like junk food vegans?
Yes. Yeah.
The ones who won't eat meat.
Yeah.
Or anything else that's natural.
Yeah. Or My other favorite is the people. What do you say? Junk food vegans. It's my favorite are the drunk. Are people who, when they're drunk, they're not vegetarian or vegan anymore.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, that's I would say that is a type of junk food vegan. I'm totally vegan until beer 5, and then fuck, man, like in Seattle, it's a Dick's Burger. Sounds real good right now.
I mean, then there's also the ones who are 100% organic, 100% healthy. Even their drugs have to be organic.
Yeah, and they are the homeopathic. Yeah,
their medicine's homeopathic. Their ecstasy is 100% synthetic.
Yep. Yeah, it boggles my fucking mind, and I realize that is a vast majority of the people going to PCC are people who are just like, that's one thing. Like, as much shit as I've given Ashley over the years for like when she does replacement foods for things, and when she hasn't needed to, like, it's still, if she would not have been used it as a replacement food, it still would have been vegetarian.
Yeah.
Like, I've given her some shit about that, being like, oh yeah, you got to make sure you get that one because it's definitely got meat in it when you like the other way around. As much shit as I've given her about that over the years, she actually pays attention and knows what she's talking about with things. I have definitely had conversations with people who follow those trends for the optics of the trend.
Yeah, because like Ashley, like if you get her drunk,
yeah,
she is totally down for either nachos or black bean crunch wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are still both vegetarian.
Yes.
But I mean, nachos, you just don't add meat to it.
Yeah. Some places like West 5 have their beans are so good it's almost better without the meat.
Yeah. And we've gone out for nachos a number of times.
Yeah.
You and I had not gotten meat on it. It's
it's
totally
not required.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, some shitty nachos do require it.
Yes, it's true. But I'm.
I swear I've had a
You've given me
conversation
shit
about
over the
shitty
years for
nachos.
being like, oh, it's vegetarian. Curtis can't eat there. And I literally looked at you one time and said, fuck you. I've been eating
No.
vegetarian all week.
More than I have given you crap for, it's vegetables. Curtis can't eat there.
Also, fuck you. I've been eating, like, I literally looked at you and went, fuck you. I've been eating fucking salads all week, man.
I know, it's still fun to make fun of you for.
Yeah.
No.
But
Now I can pick on Tom for that.
yeah, exactly. But Ashley at least like holds up to what she's doing.
Yeah.
Except that one time you guys made mac and cheese with soy milk, and I like literally was like, this is awful.
Oh yeah, I do my best to avoid the fake milk in the mac and cheese even.
Yeah. And Ashley was like, no, it tastes the same. And I was like, no.
No, she's admitted it won't.
No. Well, she tried to tell me it did, and then I was just like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Dairy is one of the hardest ones to get a good fake of.
Yeah. Well, and if you're my brother, it might kill you.
Yeah.
Like
Actually, if you're Ashley, it might kill you.
Yeah.
Because she can't do almonds.
She can't do almonds. My brother can't do cashews.
Between the two of them, they're screwed.
Yeah. Well, like most like vegan nachos, the cheese is cashews.
Or almond.
More often not cashews.
It goes. I've seen both.
Yeah.
I've encountered both.
Yeah. Yeah, more often than not, it's cashews.
Yeah.
And so my brother has to be very aware of like, people are like, oh yeah, it's like,
He's safer not going vegan.
yeah, he's safe for not going vegan. He's actually safe for eating vegetarian,
Like that's the thing is,
but
pizza pie, their vegan pies are still good.
mm-hmm.
I haven't found a really other good
sizzle pie.
not sizzle pie. No, pizza pie.
Sizzle pie is closed in Seattle. No.
Up in U District, there's pizza pie. Pizza,
I've
P-I.
Oh, I've not been there as of yet.
They're 100% vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the pizzas is the X Meat Lover.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually good pizza.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like I've been critical of people over the years, in much in the same way of I wouldn't put something down in front of Ashley and have her try it and be like, "Oh, gotcha, there's beef in that."
That's just shitty.
Like it's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
There's a tendency for people who are vegetarian or vegan, vegan especially, to do that to people. Be like, "Gotcha, that's vegan." It's like, well, what if that person's has a nut allergy? They're allergic to cashews, almonds. What if they're allergic to soy?
I mean, there are people who have allergies even to like the beef base.
Yeah.
Like that will put them in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like Ashley's diligent on too. Like Ashley's looking for animal byproducts in the ingredients and everything. And
Yeah. No. It's easier. Let me put it this way. It's easier for meat eaters for people who have allergies that don't allow them to eat vegan. It is easier for them to adjust their diet to hang out with people who eat vegan than it is. I mean, it's easier for vegans to adjust their diet to hang out with them than it is for them to hang out with vegans.
Yeah.
Because vegans use, like a lot of vegan food uses so many replacement things that sometimes it takes 10 things to replace egg.
Yeah, because you might have, I need a new protein, you need a new binder, you need
all of these things.
another,
It takes 10 things to replace one thing.
Yep.
And if you're my brother, or sometimes Ashley, or sometimes like Melissa is a good example.
Yeah.
One of our friends. She can't have soy lectin, and like a lot of vegan food uses soy.
Yeah.
And
she can't have soy lectin. She can't have wheat. She's got
a but my point being, like, some people would come up and be like, try this, and you try it and be like, gotcha, it's vegan. It's like, well,
shit.
Fuck, man.
Take me to the hospital.
Yeah, like, do you have an EpiPen? Like,
yeah,
mine costs $2,000. Where's yours? Like, are you trying to fucking kill me? And again, that's a tangent on the.
We've left PCC. We've gone a few miles down the road.
Yeah, we've followed home the fucking free range rice people at this point, and we're just yelling at them in the driveway.
I like this option. See, I'm so going back to the like commenting on the stores. I'm fortunate to be like, I phrase this, be the person some of those customer service people want to be.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate to work in a customer service environment where I have watched one of the guys who's been there 20 plus years just look at a customer and go, that is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like occasionally think about when we were working at the Mac store.
Yeah.
Occasionally we would have like the thing of like, man, if we owned our own store, we could do stuff like people would come and be like trying to, pull one over on us or ask a really dumb question. Excuse me. And we could get away with being like, that's fucking dumb.
I mean, I get to play with customers. I'm like, I pick up and ask you, can I ask you a stupid question? Can I give you a stupid answer?
I mean, still one of my favorite responses too. Can I ask you a stupid question? It's like, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Stupid people. However,
the other one I've heard is there's no stupid question. All right, that's the question. Okay, I was wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong. That's a stupid question. Yeah, I just can't do it. I realized I can't be around those people because.
Can I ask you a random question? Can I give you a random answer?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? No.
I usually do that to coworkers more. Boy, no.
Yeah. My favorite thing is getting to turn stuff back on you. Like the other day, you were moving something, like text me. It's like, "Can I get a hand?" Literally walked upstairs and just did the clap thing. After years and years and years of you doing it to me,
you finally got to turn around.
Turn around. Or can you hit the light and he just smacks the door? Smacks the light switch. Doesn't turn it off, just hits it.
Occasionally, I've actually hit the light too.
Yeah, depending on where it is.
Yeah. But I'm also IT there, so a lot of the times I'll get over the radio. Hey, Boyd, what'd you break?
Yeah. What'd you break? Yeah, wasn't me. Yeah. Speaking of getting to actually say shit like that to people and not having a filter about it, we just saw the Addams Family.
We did.
Cartoon. And the new animated film. What did you think?
I really enjoyed it.
I did.
It's a fun outing.
It is. It's quick. It's
a children's movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's see, it's a kids movie. It's an hour 45, but the thing is, there are a number of jokes in it that you have to be like deep set horror fans to get those jokes.
There's deep cuts on various points. Like there's
a fucking invasion of the body snatchers joke, man.
what I also like. So there's been the trend in a while, ever since basically Shrek, of having the adult jokes in movies.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not.
What I like about this is it's not adult humor, but it's humor that only adults would get.
Only people of a certain age will understand.
If your 8-year-old's watching it, I have concerns.
Yeah, but like, well, I mean, it's in the general public
True.
consciousness now, so like even kids know what it is.
If your kids are watching Invasions of the Body Snatchers, I have concerns.
If your 8-year-old knows who fucking Donald Sutherland from Invasion of the Body Snatchers,
Yeah.
like, why are you having them watch movies from the fucking 70s? First of all,
Well, there's movies from the 70s that are valid for kids.
when they're 8,
The Hobbit.
even then the cartoon is still a little.
Muppet movie.
I'll give you that. I mean, there's a couple, but like if you're having them watch R-rated movies, from the 70s.
If you haven't watched, if you haven't watched some R-rated movies from any decade,
That's
I have
true.
concerns.
Yeah, I have more concerns.
No 8-year-olds watching Deadpool even.
Actually, there were a lot of 8-year-olds watching Deadpool.
Still they shouldn't be.
Not Deadpool 2, but I sat next to an 8-year-old watching Deadpool.
Yeah.
Who tricked their mom into taking them.
By Deadpool 2, the parents knew better.
Yes, they did. But no, I really enjoyed it. There were a lot of moments where I actually found myself like really good laughing.
Yeah.
Like truly laughing at the movie. We were also the only ones in the theater. Not to speak to how popular the movie may or may not be. We just went to a local theater that doesn't always get full crowds.
We went to a local theater at 5 o'clock on a Thursday.
5:30 on a Thursday.
5:30 on a Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. Where there were 2 people on staff, 3 people on staff. I saw a third.
The projectionist, probably.
Yeah, projectionist.
The one just lumbering in the back.
The one who runs all the projectors.
He just kind of lumbers along. Movie.
Yeah, the movie theater that has like a couple of the rooms have couches.
Which I like. I mean,
No, it's awesome. But I just realized we talked about like possibly renting out the theater for my birthday.
Yeah.
You know what movie comes out for my birthday this year?
What's your birthday this year?
No Time to Die.
Ooh.
The new Bond
Yeah.
comes out the day after my birthday.
You know what movie comes out right after my birthday? Frozen 2.
Frozen 2. Oh yeah, and Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right before my birthday is the new Star Wars game, and right after my birthday is Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
There have only been 2 games this year I've really been looking forward to.
Those 2 games. Yeah. But anyway, so the Addams Family. First of all, Oscar Isaac was made to play Gomez. I still think he could play Gomez in a live action version very easily. Charlize Theron playing Morticia in a live action version might be a little,
But the voice works.
but the voice was great.
Yeah.
I think Nick Kroll could continue to play Uncle Fester in a real version.
Yeah. Wolfhard.
Easily. Finn Wolfhard was great. Was a good voice for Pugsley. Does not have the looks for Pugsley. And Chloe Grace Moretz is in her 20s. She doesn't she's good for the voice of Wednesday, but not to continue to be her is in real life.
There is one absolutely brilliant casting in this, though.
It
Yes. Was played by Snoop Dogg.
played by Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Like, that is fantastic.
Yep.
Because when Cousin It came in, or not, Thing.
Oh no, Thing.
Thing was played by Snoop Dogg.
No, it was It.
Oh, was it?
It was It.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the Thing is the hand.
It did say cousin on the credits. I think
Just an
it's-
It.
Yeah.
Yes. We're so used to calling him Cousin It and Thing. No. Snoop Dogg played Cousin It.
What
Yeah, that's that. I was gonna say that makes way more sense as to why when Cousin It shows up, they play "Drop It Like It's Hot,"
and it's in a lowrider. And yeah.
"Drop It Like It's Hot."
Yeah,
great song.
I mean, I would love to voice Thing in an Addams Family movie.
What I think they did is they probably had him read real lines, and then I think they changed the octave, sped it up, and reversed it.
Maybe I could also see him having them read like, like gibberish.
Like sim speak.
Yeah, and then speeding it up and auto tuning it.
So I think that's why I think it was reversed, because it like I could hear a little bit of that reversed.
We'll have to go again to figure it out.
Yeah, that kind of thing. The backmasking sound.
We'll have to go again to figure it out.
Yeah.
He's actually reading verses from the Satanic Bible.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of that being reversed, given all this like 70s stuff about
yeah.
metal and records and
There's a Mind the Self-Indulgence song called Backmasking.
yeah.
That when you play the song forward, it's talking. Basically the concept is one of the lyrics is play that record backwards, and it talks about playing records backwards. But then it gets to a part where the main chorus is like kill yourself and kill all your friends, kill yourself, and then it has like these backmasked points later in the song that you hear them. Then when you play them backwards is things like brush your teeth, listen to your parents, eat your vegetables.
I mean, I still think the backmasking joke in Little Nicky was the best joke they had in it.
Oh yeah, Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little Nicky has some some major problems and doesn't hold up very well.
It had some major problems when it came out.
Yeah. But that's a great joke. You're right. That is a wonderful joke.
Mm-hmm.
That and Hitler getting pineapple shoved up
Yep.
his ass. But one of the things that
the bees.
The bees. Yeah. Sorry, Henry Winkler.
Yep.
There's some good jokes in Little Nicky. It is a bad movie.
It's a fantastic soundtrack.
It is a great soundtrack. But no, the Addams Family did a really good job of creating this family dynamic, and it gives the character stakes, but not like very high intense stakes. Like, I mean, obviously.
Well, of course it has stakes. Part of the families of vampires.
But no, it's not. Doesn't have the stakes of like the Raul Julia movies.
Yeah,
where it's like where those ones were definitely very dark, and I wouldn't let kids watch that one that I would let watch this one.
This you can start at a younger. This can be a better introduction to.
Yes,
the family.
Yeah, and it could be easier to watch for younger people,
which is a lot of what the original show is too.
Yeah.
Like there's not the Raw Julia is a lot darker
to the show too.
There's some deep cut references to the show
that you have to like know some behind the scenes shit.
But like the Raw Julia stuff is a lot darker than the TV show was.
Yeah. One of the things that I did appreciate that they did in the TV show, that they did in the Raul Julia, the 90s one, and that they did again in this, is Morticia, when they're talking, when it's just Morticia talking and she's not in a group scene, she's just talking, saying whatever it is she's saying. Mm-hmm. They do the film noir thing where everything else is darker, but there's a light on her eyes. Yep. I did notice that they did that a few times in this, and I was like, you know what? Like, I really do appreciate that. It's a little thing. It's a little thing that I really, really like.
I mean, that's the thing. This entire movie is a lot of, like, if you're paying attention, there's little things all over.
There's so Nick Kroll is great as Uncle Fester.
Yeah.
However, there's a couple things that happen to just Uncle Fester that made me laugh so goddamn hard.
The raindrop thing?
Yes. And like Nick Kroll isn't doing anything for that. I am mad. Like, for some reason in my brain, I can see Nick Kroll doing it.
I mean, it also might be like, because there's a grunt there too. I mean,
yeah.
Like it might be based off him doing it in the sound booth.
Yeah, exactly, or something like that. Like, it was so fucking funny that it broke me. Like that. We laughed a little bit before that, but that moment legitimately broke me.
Yeah.
And it does a good job of it imparts a story of acceptance and what could be considered to be kind of a cheesy story.
Yeah, it's interesting that this story revolves far more around the kids than it does the adults.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is the movies did too. Like, I mean, the first one I guess the
storyline.
Yeah. The first one, I guess the movies really revolved around Uncle Fester and the families.
Yeah.
Going with that. Like the first one is Fester showing back up again, and the
Second one is Fester
second
getting
one
married.
is Fester getting married. Yeah, and he's just super easily manipulated.
Yep. Which that's part of Fester, though.
Yeah. No, totally. But no, this one is really a story more of acceptance and not judging people because they might be different than you.
And it doesn't.
And it does it in a way that it puts the onus on both the Addams and also everyone else.
Yeah.
Like,
also does a great job of punching up, not punching down.
yes, very much so. Yeah.
Because it is a show that, I mean, when you're dealing with the concept of other and everything, it's very easy to pick the wrong things to pick at, but it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. In fact, it learns a lot, and it does it in the way that the truncated way that cartoons usually do. There's not like cartoon movies usually do. It's a little bit
like there's some characters who are very one-dimensional, and their one-dimensional is their one, maybe two-dimensional, but that's their dimension. It's all they need.
Yeah. I like there's some really great there's some great moments for the kids. There's some great moments for the parents. If I'm going to be critical of something, because it did bother me a little bit, I feel like they put so much time and effort and design into the Addams and into the villain.
Yeah. That a lot of the community kind of looked like, background characters from a video game. Which,
even once they became named, they still kind of looked that way.
I think that could have actually been pushed a little bit further.
Yeah.
Given the nature of the community, basically, I would have loved to see more of a shift where they are basically just these generics.
Yeah. So either put more effort into making them hyper generic, or put more effort into creating them as individuals.
What I think could have been interesting is make them hyper generic, and then as you get names for them, they become more individualized.
Yeah.
And basically, as the Addams perspective of them changes, thus does the cameras.
Which I feel like they may have tried to do that a little bit, but it wasn't strong enough to really bring that to the forefront.
Yeah.
Because the character designs for everyone within the Addams is phenomenal.
Yeah.
From top to bottom. Like, every character is well thought through. They're well designed. I mean, they're based on the original Addams drawings.
Yeah.
But even still then, you can fuck up in the translation.
There's some, I have some coworkers who are being critical of just the translation and feel they're too bulbous.
Too bulbous?
Yeah.
No.
There's a secondary villain introduced whose storyline feels almost very abruptly cut short.
Yes.
You know exactly what I mean. And
it's not, and I don't think they were a secondary villain. I think they were there to add pressure to a situation.
Yeah.
I don't think they were considered to be a secondary villain.
But that's fair. They feel so, but they all still feel like it's such a very short thing. It almost feels cut short.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I agree. And again, with all of the things that they wanted to do,
certain things have to get dropped.
Certain things have to get, or certain things are cut. Or
because that character we see the peak. Like, I'm trying to think of the word. The climax.
Yeah.
But we don't ever see a resolution with that character. Does that make sense?
Yes. Are we thinking about? Okay, we might be thinking about different people. Are you thinking about junior high or
junior high?
Okay.
Yes.
I was not. I was thinking about the aunt.
Oh. No, I was thinking about junior high.
Yeah, no. I think that character is there to serve a purpose.
Yeah.
And once the purpose is served, it's done, and just characters
even
forgotten
just
about.
Having that character as a background in the climax
later on,
as to show some sort of resolution with, I think would have
would have made sense.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Yeah, I think you're right. I'll give you that. That could have been. And it's a nice little thing to add in. Again,
Basically, an epilogue to that character's little story.
yes. Again, constructive criticism. This is not us being like, it's awful. It was ruined because that was happened. This
No,
is
it's
constructive.
This is the little things that I caught, and
Yeah, that could have been.
I'm not saying this ruins the movie. I'm
No.
enjoying the movie.
I really enjoyed the movie a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's really funny. We talked before about how like putting the Addams into a animated structure like that leaves a lot of room for fun
It does.
and a lot of things that were in the Addams like cartoons and the original
Yeah.
and the original show. I mean, original like comic that wouldn't translate necessarily very well to
One
live
of the
action.
things that is shown in the trailer that you get at King cartoons is Fester getting shot with crossbows.
Yeah,
Like that can happen in a cartoon far easier than it can really happen in
yeah, because they heal.
magically. And you don't question why.
No, they're a fucking cartoon. Like that's not even thought about.
Yep.
But it would be much more. At least some of the shots that he takes would be much more difficult on a live action one.
There's one main one I can think of.
Yes, exactly.
That's a wonderful joke, though.
It's a great joke.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a very Uncle Fester joke.
yes, it is. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see another live action Addams
Yeah.
Family with the right cast. I mean, it's so hard to beat like fucking Raul Julia and Angelica Houston and Christopher Lloyd and fucking why am I spacing on her name? Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
And I don't know who played Pugsley because I never heard anything about him again. Or if he did, I didn't recognize him.
Curious now.
Who played Pugsley?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you think about, I mean, Raul Julia is dead. Angelica Houston is well past her time playing Morticia. And so like if you did a live action one, I do think, and I still stand by it, that Oscar Isaac is a perfect casting for Gomez.
Yeah.
Um,
But, like, I mean, yeah, I don't want to do that.
she'd be pushing it in age now, but I think she could do it. That like Kate Blanchett.
But, like, Angelica Houston playing the aunt in this one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Kate Blanchett would be a good choice for Morticia. She can hold that gravitas and structure, and I think she would do pretty good at it. Are you looking up Pugsley?
Yeah.
Use your words. Don't just read.
Yeah, nothing else major.
Okay, yeah. That's
Like, we're talking titles like Druggy Teen. Sean from the Bakery.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Unless it's a title that actually matters. Yeah. Like I said,
Miscellaneous.
yeah, miscellaneous.
Actually, that was his job title in that one. In Star Trek Insurrection, he was miscellaneous.
Cool.
He wasn't even actor. He was miscellaneous.
That means he was crew
Yeah.
of some kind.
Of-
But
So, yeah.
yeah, no. Like, who would you cast if you cast like a live action Addams Family now? Like Oscar Isaac, I think is a shoe in for Gomez.
I think so. I don't
Yeah.
know about this. This is hard, difficult thoughts. I don't know.
I'm saying Kate Blanchett for Morticia.
I can see that.
Yeah,
You need the drawn face.
she's tall and regal enough.
Yeah.
It might be pushing it a little bit on age, but
That's what I'm wondering there.
But you know what? After seeing her in fucking Ocean's 8
Yeah.
or as Hella,
Yeah.
yeah, she could be Morticia.
Yeah. Kids are harder.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to cast the kids.
Yeah.
But
Fester?
like Fester.
Who's round and bulbous?
Well, they don't have to be. Christopher Lloyd weighed
True.
110 pounds or something like that. He's a skinny fucker, dude.
It's the right, and it is the right. It's the personality.
Yeah. Like, honestly, Nick Kroll could probably
Yeah,
do it.
I can see that.
Yeah. Like,
Lurch,
Oh, God. Lurch. You don't necessarily.
Thor?
Too buff. Doug Jones.
Doug Jones. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is, Lurch, you don't necessarily have to cast someone super tall.
No,
with modern things.
Yeah. Lurch is supposed to be a Frankensteinian type
Yeah.
character. And you know what? Snoop Dogg can continue to play Cousin It.
I keep the same actor for Thing too.
What's that?
I keep the same actor for Thing. Well, other things like the villain of this, I think, translates so much more amazingly in the hyper style of animation too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because it's such
Well, it's a hyperbolic characterization. Yeah,
but then what they can do with the hyperbolic and the just the extremeness of certain parts.
And Allison Janney played her, and she was
yes,
great because Allison Janney is amazing.
Because like there's just that look you can't make a real human do.
No, you really can't.
And I think you'd lose so much you'd lose something to that character putting it back into human perspective.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. She was a very similar character to Uncle Fester's, to Joan Cusack's. Similar
but
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the anger point for it, again, you can play with that extreme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. God, Joan Cusack was so good in Addams Family Values. Yeah,
Malibu Barbie.
God, that movie is so good. I want to watch it again now. But no, one of the things that I really appreciated about this too was one of the things that they captured that I think that was important that they did capture, that was captured in the original, in those old movies too, in the 90s movies too, was how much this family truly does love each other in their own special way.
Well, they even deal with the idea of this as parents dealing with the concept of kids becoming teenagers.
Well, but like even that, like, I mean, there's the dealing with the parents, dealing with the kids growing up, mother-daughter relationship, father-son relationship, showing that they truly do like care about each other.
Yeah.
They just have their own special ways of showing it. Like Gomez and Morticia's special way of showing it is their unending love for each other.
Yeah.
Wednesday and Pugsley are always trying to kill each other. Wednesday is actually always trying to make Pugsley better at it.
Yeah. But then when you get down to it, they do defend each other at the same time.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Wednesday has a line of, only I, which I think is in the film, which is in the trailer.
Yeah.
Only I torture my family.
Yeah. Or
terrorize my family.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. Something along those lines. One of the things that I thought was great was showing, how Wednesday becomes a little bit of a rebellious streak,
and what that means,
and what that means for them. What that means to Morticia, who's very, very protective of her firstborn child.
Yes. And her family in general.
And Pugsley's very clear respect for his father, but doesn't
but also it's the recognition that he's not his father.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And his father's recognition that Pugsley is not him.
Yep.
And I think these are important family dynamics that actually have to happen, and you don't see them happen in a lot of stuff, or when they do, it's in a very traditional sense.
Yep.
And this is in a very non-traditional sense.
Going back, there is one character who you also lose in live action, Ichabod.
Yeah. Well, no, Ichabod was in the live action movies.
Yeah, but I don't think you get him to the extreme that you get him in this.
You could now.
Yeah, I guess you could now.
Yeah. Dude, we had the fucking Whomping Willow.
True.
Like, you could do that now easily. He's a fucking tree.
Yeah.
Like, ain't a thing. But like, no, I think they did a really, really great job of capturing the family dynamic, of really bringing them together.
Because it really is the Addams Family.
Yeah, and a big part of it too, that was a big part of at least the first live action movie, was bringing in all of the family members, not
Yeah.
just who lives directly in the house.
And not just who lives.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Which I was right. That was Martin Short and Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah.
Martin Short was easy to recognize. Catherine O'Hara was
Makes sense though.
There's a lot of
Unexpected actors in this.
no, not I wouldn't say unexpected. There's a lot of SCTV and UCB folks in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's or not UCB, Second City. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's who fed SCTV. That's what SC stands for, Second City TV. There's a lot of SCTV, Second City folks in this, and that's who, like Martin Short and Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy and like all of them came from that group. The ones who the group that made like Best in Show and stuff like that. They very much feed a little like some of the older characters in this. Which I really appreciated too. I thought it was really great. It's the second thing I've seen Martin Short as a voice actor in this week in 2 days.
What else was there?
He is in season 3 of Big Mouth.
Never watched that shit. I never got into it, so
It's great. I don't think it's your type of humor because again, Nick Kroll too.
Yeah.
I don't think it's your type of humor, but I enjoy it a lot because it is so unbridled, like how ugly puberty actually is. And I think
it's been a couple 100 years since I've dealt with that. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, but every time we say Nick Kroll, my brain goes to the movie Kroll.
Oh, with the Glaive.
Yes.
And Liam Neeson.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie does it. That movie's real bad.
But still, my brain's popping up to that. So
totally. Yeah. No, totally. Yeah. Which, by the way, I watched the first 4 episodes of Big Mouth, season 3. Enjoying it. It's really funny. They did an interesting job of addressing the way that like gender norms and sexuality and what people are into now.
there was one moment. You were watching last night. I was upstairs cooking my pizza, and I just heard from downstairs, "Oh God, that's wrong."
I don't even. It could be so many.
I heard that. I also heard that of a comment of just, "He's disgusting."
Again,
Yeah.
could be so many moments. So many moments.
Like, it wasn't directed at me. It was just you downstairs. Also, that comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to I guess for this weird. I've had this weird coming of age kick this week and things like Big Mouth. Addams Family is very much a coming of age story for the kids.
Yeah.
Watched Dazed and Confused again last night.
Yeah.
So it's all
Do we need other coming of age stuff for you?
It. Yeah. I don't know. Week is ending.
What else could be a good coming of age story for Curtis this week?
We're not going to worry about that right now. It's I am thrilled though that Addams Family was actually good. I was a little bit worried.
I was optimistic as I like to be, but
there's the concern.
There is always a concern.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's tried to reboot Monsters.
Honestly, yeah. I think that's one that's if in this world of we're coming back and we're doing everything again, where they can bring back fucking Roseanne and then they can bring it back again, but without Roseanne.
I'm curious if they did
in a world where they're bringing back Murphy fucking Brown.
In a world with Monsters, would they bring it back as would they try to do it like a new thing like they've done with Addams Family?
Oh, you know what? They
would
did do a Monsters reboot a few years ago that they were trying to turn into a series. And it didn't happen. It was called Mockingbird Lane.
Was that a Monsters thing?
Yeah, and I never saw it. I think they turned it into a one-off special of some kind. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, The New Residents of Mockingbird Lane. That was 2012.
Yeah. Say they did it a few years ago. Like I remember I was in my old apartment when it happened.
It was the creator of Pushing Daisies behind it, and Izzy Izzard was in it.
Yeah, was he a Herman? Like they did it as a pilot. The pilot failed.
The Munsters Today was around from 87 to 91, so that was a reboot also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that was with the same cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like you could do a Monsters reboot. You just have to have the right creative team behind it, I guess.
And it's a question of, do you go
TV show or do you do movie?
Well, and do you update them to be kind of something new and keep with the original idea, or do you go kind of Brady Bunch where there's this group at a time type?
Yeah, where like that was part of what made the Brady Bunch movies so great.
Yeah.
Was the fact that they did make it so that like this family was very much stuck in the 60s, 70s?
Yeah.
70s.
That era.
This family was very much stuck in the 70s, but it was the
Jerry
90s.
O'Connell was Herman Munster in the new one.
Oh, okay, interesting. You know what? I could see that.
Lily was a vampire.
Lily's always been a vampire.
I thought Lily was normal.
No,
Marilyn was the normal
Marilyn was the normal one. She's cousin Marilyn.
Yeah.
Lily has always been a vampire.
Eddie Izzard was Grandpa.
That makes sense.
Grandpa Sam Dracula.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, all of that, like, that actually sounds like good casting.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need to look at it anymore. Boy,
Yeah.
put your phone down. You were falling down the rabbit
Sorry, I
hole.
was starting to look from the description like they took it serious.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Like, apparently they tried to do it as a pilot, and the pilot didn't sell, and then they just were like, okay, we're just gonna do a one-off special with it. Then
It looks like they tried to go with a serious storyline.
it was 2012. Everything was trying to do like grimdark,
Yeah.
and part of the Munsters was that it was a comedy. It was supposed to be a reverse Fish Out of Water.
Yeah.
Like Marilyn was supposed to be the weird one.
Yeah.
And then they did the Munsters movies where like they actually went out and about, and I remember that very clearly.
Yeah. And there was also some of the monsters meet someone, or someone meets the monsters.
Yeah. Which I guess they've
feel
gone
like
back
Scooby-Doo met the monsters at one point.
They did. They absolutely did.
They met everyone.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Scooby-Doo Mysteries, they're now doing Scooby-Doo meets like cartoons right now. Like recently, Mark Hamill went back to play the Joker when they met Batman.
Okay.
Like that is a series that is currently ongoing, and I haven't got to watch any of it yet, but apparently it's really good. I still loved Mystery Inc. I thought Mystery Inc. was amazing. The reboot they did a few years ago.
Yeah.
But they were also doing a Return to Pirate Island or whatever it was.
Interesting.
Do you remember the Curse of Pirate Island, where like there was like zombies coming out of the swamp?
Yeah.
Apparently there's like a return one recently.
Weird.
Yeah. But no, like all of this
to say.
Well, like I do appreciate that that when they do attack these older movies or these older properties, that it's people who grew up watching it.
Only more that they're going with the knowledge of the whole history.
Yes.
Like they're addressing the original comic. They're addressing the show, the early cartoon, the 90s movie. Like,
well, yeah, but like they are doing it in a way that's they clearly love the source material.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like it was
forced.
a movie made by studio because they have the property.
Yeah.
It feels like the movie was made by people who love the source material and wanted to make a movie.
Yeah.
And like they took cues from the internet when they were just like, man, wouldn't it be awesome if Oscar Isaac played Gomez Addams?
Yeah.
And everyone went, you know what? Yeah. Like the studios went, yeah, that's a great idea.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then somebody fucking made that movie. I think that speaks a lot.
It makes a difference.
Towards when towards a movie's success or failure and how it plays, is that it when it's clearly made by people who loved the source material.
Yeah, and you feel it, and it carries over, and
Well, it's like when it's made by people who don't love the source material, you can fucking tell. Like Ninja Turtles.
the new ones, yeah,
Yeah.
or the new Transformers,
Yeah. It's people who don't love.
or the. I mean, I guess GI Joe's got a weird source material history.
Yeah, even still.
Even the second GI Joe ignores the first GI Joe. So
Yeah. But like when they like, I think Ninja Turtles is probably the best example of that, because the other two were are franchises that were created, cartoons that were created to sell toys that already existed.
yeah,
Whereas Ninja Turtles were originally created as a satire and grew into this thing that everyone loves. But even so, the modern cartoons, the modern incarnation of Ninja Turtles is still aware of the original source material and is willing to.
new Hellboy might be a little too aware of the source material.
The new Hellboy is very aware of the source material. We talked about this though. They made a $200 million movie on a $50 million budget.
Yeah, they also made a movie trilogy in a single movie.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like that has a lot of problems. Most of that probably comes down to,
Blood effects.
well, no. That mostly comes down to studio trying to pump something out because they have the property.
Yeah,
And somebody who had a clear vision but had no ability, did not have the ability to execute it.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
It was the equivalent of, I can see what I want that picture to look like in my brain,
but I can't draw it.
but I can't draw it.
I still think they picked way too many storylines.
They did.
They tried to do an entire omnibus in one movie.
Yes. Whereas like the Ninja Turtles movies, they're just like, isn't there a guy named Shredder? Yeah, there was. What if we gave the Foot Clan guns
Yeah,
and made them not ninjas? And then the second movie, they're like, okay, so like we said Shredder was in the last movie, but this is the real Shredder. Like, and oh yeah, and also there's Krang. They're like, and look, Krang looks like the cartoon Krang, but like
slimy.
slimier. And they're like, God, everything about this is terrible. I hate this so much.
And Bebop and Rocksteady.
Every human way back in there has evolved from some sort of animal. You're right. Yeah, humans
Monkeys.
did evolve from primates.
Except for those of us who were built.
What's that?
Except for those of us who were built.
Yes. And apparently except for Bebop and Rocksteady, because they evolved from a fucking warthog and a rhino.
Remember how wasn't the cartoon that they started out as human and ended up?
They did. They started out as human,
Yeah,
much like they did in this, except they were gene splice experiments.
that was it. Not ooze experiments.
Well, it was utilizing the ooze.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
but
still using
then mixing with another animal.
Yeah. I would say the origin of Toka and Razor
Is more.
is closer to that because it is using the ooze to enhance animals
Yeah,
and trying to copy the Ninja Turtles.
yeah.
Like that's what it's trying to do. It's doing that at an enhanced rate. And would have worked too had the professor not fucked with the mutagen to make them stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Bebop and Rocksteady in the movie, they're like, yeah, the ooze unlocks your evolutionary DNA and brings out the animal that you were evolved from.
I recognize that this. Okay, let's go with the non-appropriation version. The ooze unlocks your Patronus.
Were you about to say spirit animal?
I was trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harry Potter got an ooze evolved into half man, half stag.
Yeah. Like, I'd say Toka and Razor are far closer to Bebop
Far
and
better explanation, at
Rocksteady.
least.
Yeah.
Like even if they had locked two humans in a cage, like
Well, the thing is that did happen to characters in the Ninja Turtles continuity. It's like how some of the bad guys came about. They were also animals that were exposed to ooze. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a thing.
even if you had, in the movie made it so they were exposed to ooze with the disease, with the gene integrated into it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, where it is like, we're going to take this ooze and we're going to use it. If they literally would have gone with the actual comic book and like explanation of, if we're going to use the ooze and also this gene splicing experiment to cross them.
Yeah.
And
it's a throwaway line that would have made more sense.
It's that much less. And that movie was over 2 hours long.
Oh God.
We have to remember we needed a 30-minute long tank going down the Amazon River scene.
Oh God.
The tank floating in the river.
Magically floating. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that one?
Yeah, no, I do.
Did you thought you blocked it?
I tried to block most of that movie out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's up there with the second G.I. Joe movie.
It's a fucking mess.
G.I. Joe would just kill off the entire original cast in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. Remember that first movie? Let's just kill everyone.
I mean, I guess that's one way to move beyond a movie is just this idea is dead.
Yeah.
So are the actors.
I remember people were so upset about that they brought back Channing Tatum. You remember that?
Right.
They saw in the trailer that he killed him off in the trailer, and people were like, "Are you fucking kidding me? They're killing off Channing Tatum."
And so
they reshot part of the movie to add him back in.
Yeah.
And then they didn't keep Joseph Gordon-Levitt as the fucking Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, man?
So many bad choices.
Just a mess. I mean, the first movie's a mess, but that was just a real mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Addams Family was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was quite enjoyable. It's a fun movie, especially for Halloween coming out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
That said, we're at our time.
Are we?
We are.
All right.
So for those of you who decided to join us on this Thursday evening, there's a couple people.
Hey.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, kids.
Bye, kids.
I'm actually going to end the stream time instead of just pressing stop record.